Hey, what's up? Steve Monenbach back again. Going to talk today about hard money leads. Been doing hard money leads just as long as mortgage leads. In my opinion, they're even easier to get. Can set up however you want, fix and flips, ground up construction, bridge loans, you name it. I've probably already done it. But let's hop in here, take a look at my screen right now. Hopefully it comes back. Here we go. Yep. So I just wanted to show off some of the results I'm getting for Silverback Capital. You can see spent, almost getting close to $3,000 right now. Already at 452 leads. Sub $6 leads, right? They're 591. Kind of pulled out the important metrics in here for you to look at. But I'm offering a free guide, like a free loan program guide. I actually see if I have it over here. Here's an example of one I made before. So I provide this, and then you can show like the states, highlight the states that you're in, but you got to have some type of lead magnet. That's what this is for the advertisement. But anyways, just getting great results. Good cost per click, sub $1 cost per click. That's phenomenal. Link clicks 263, and that is why I've gotten 450 leads at less than $6 each on this campaign. Let's see, I guess maybe I could show a little bit more. So I'm using a special ad audience on this. And what else do I have in here? Yeah, I'm not even using any interest. I'm just using a list of borrowers to target exactly who we want to target. So if you're not familiar with that, basically you have the option to upload a CSV file, borrower data, and you can tell Facebook, hey, Facebook, I want you to go find more people like the people on this list. So in this case, obviously hard money leads, other hard money borrowers that have signed up in the past. On this list, they're all people that have signed up with a property that has at least a $200,000 value or higher, and they were also interested in doing a fix and flip, right? So I can make it that precise, that specific, and that's why it works so well. You can see I kind of pick the states that I think where I think the ads will perform the best, and so we can make sure you're not getting stuck out in the middle of nowhere, because some lenders might not want to take that type of deal. Got to select the language is English, manual placements. I'm only doing Facebook and Instagram, and I'm only doing it in the feed and in the stories, right? That's it. But that's the targeting. And then let's go ahead and I guess I'll show this one off. Why not? Let's go down to the ad level. So here we are. I made a custom background design for this one. Rates as low as 4.75%, closed in 14 days, nationwide lending. These are all the main selling points, right? Poor credit accepted, bankruptcies accepted. All that stuff is going to get people excited, like, oh, maybe they'll take my loan. And then I have my call to action at the end, a question followed by a call to action. Click the learn more button. So not too crazy. I got a special form in here as well. You can see some of the questions that I'm asking, right? These are important. Are you a property investor? Yes or no. We want to know if they're a property investor, because this is only for non-owner occupied properties. Option for them to pick the state. I used to let them type it in, but people would always mess that up, so I decided to make it a drop-down menu. Property type, you can see the different property types they have to choose from. Will it be an investment property, second home, or primary residence? Also very important to know. Loan type desired, fix, flip, rehab, ground up construction, cash out, refinance, rate and term, purchase, short-term rental loan, long-term rental loan, bridge loan, commercial loan. And I even throw in the traditional mortgage loans too, just to make sure they're not going down the wrong path. Property value, also important. I do it in increments of like 50,000. And then the loan amount they're requesting. Obviously, you want to know that. After that, they just fill in their first name, last name, email, phone number. Hit submit, and then I have the option at the end where they can call the lender, right, or the loan officer, whoever it's going to be, or the office phone. We can make that a call button. You can also make that like a link to an application. That's what I used to do for my branch. I had it so my mortgage branch, I had it so people would click this, maybe like, oh, you're going to get $1,000 off closing costs, and it would send them straight to the loan app, and a lot of people would actually fill it in, surprisingly enough. See, look, 68 comments, 24 shares, lots of action on this. I'll actually play it for you. As long as it moves here. Here we go. Got the little moving learn more button, picked out some interesting fonts to use, kind of different. And then at the very end, I always put a compliance slide at the end. For hard money, it's not as strict as it is for mortgage, but you know, I always try to put something like this at the end of every ad that I'm running. Also, just restate the phone number, tell them they can text hard money to that number to get a response. That's it on that one. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. Albeca Financial. This is another hard money lender. Not quite as good as the last one. I could probably throw up a new ad. I'm actually going to be working on this one this weekend, see if I get it down to like $6 or $7, but still sub $10 leads is great. I'm not really complaining about that. You know, we're at just over $2,400. Cost per click 168. Click-through rate 4.3%. That's great. Happy with that for sure. You can see also I forgot to mention before the time frame. You know, oh wait, actually I didn't select that right. Let's go. Let's just say last 30 days maybe, so you can get an even more recent snapshot, right? So you can see now September 8th through October 7th. Today, you can see the bottom of my screen here is the 8th. So you know, I'm not just pulling this out of thin air. But yeah, all the numbers are great again. Let's see on this one. I think I'm using a very similar targeting method. 2% is the variation on the special ad audience that I've uploaded. That's what that means. If you click through, here's one with the bright blue background. Yellow also works pretty good too. On this one, I've actually had this Get Hard Money page for a while. It's built up good. Close in 5 days, nationwide lending, no income verification, poor credit, same thing as before. I think these two guys offer slightly different loan products, but fairly similar. I use what works. So that's what works. I'm going to go ahead and show you the lead types. So these are some of the actual leads that are coming through. These are the leads for Silverback Capital right here. I kind of moved it over to the left over here. There would be the name, first name, last name, phone, email. Obviously, I don't want that being shared. So we've got the state that they're in, right, or the property's in. If they're a property investor, you know, is the property going to be investment property, primary residence, second home? We have the property type, just like I was showing in the lead form, property value, loan types. And you can see it goes down quite a ways. So lots of leads, plenty of business to be had. Again, Albeca Capital right here, same thing. Albeca Capital, almost as many. Same type of coverage. I'll be doing some tweaks to this to try to get them more fix and flip / rehab loans. But that's about all I got for today. I just wanted to show the results of some of my recent hard money campaigns. So if you're interested in having me set something up like that for your lending business, I do mortgage and hard money and private money mainly. I can do other things too, but those are my main focuses. Give me a call. My cell phone is 503-551-8690, or you can shoot me an email to steve@getmib.com. That stands for Get Marketing, Influencing, and Branding. steve@getmib.com. Shoot me an email, shoot me a text, and let's see if we can make you some money. All right, talk soon.